good day to everyone. So this time what we are going to have today will be all about rational numbers. So what we are going to have today will be the introduction, that is changing fraction to decimal and from decimal to fraction. So please stay tuned and I hope you learned a lot in this video. Okay, so what is a rational number? Rational numbers, based from the definition, are numbers which can be written. Okay, it can be written as a quotient of two integers a out of b, where b must not be equal to 0. Any rational number can be expressed in fraction form or in decimal form. Okay, so based from the definition a while ago, rational numbers are expressed or can be expressed in fraction form. So when we say fraction form, there must be a numerator and out of denominator, wherein the denominator, okay, your denominator must not be equal to 0. Why? If it so happen kasi na let's say I have here 8 out of 0, there is no such thing as an answer to 8 out of 0. This is undefined. Okay? So, bawal yon. Bawal daw na maging 0 yung nasa ilalim kasi magiging undefined na daw yon. Also, rational numbers can be expressed as decimal numbers. So, let's say ang 1/2, okay? You all know that 1/2 can be expressed as 0.5. So, that would mean that this 1/2 here, okay, is also a rational number, and this 0.5 here is also a rational number. That is what we meant by the definition a while ago. Okay, so what we're going to have today will be dividing fraction to decimal. Okay, just a very tiny concept about fraction. Back when you were in elementary, you were used to writing dividing numbers like this, and then hinahanap natin yung sagot. Now that you're already a junior high school student, we are not asked to write 4 divided by 2 and then equals blank this way. We're not going to use that simple anymore, okay? But you know pretty well that if you have 4 divided by 5 like this, dapat alam nyo na yun ay 4 divided by 5. The operation is still division. Okay, now, sabi daw sa express natin from fraction to decimal, it has been said a while ago that you will just only simply divide. So, magdi-divide lang tayo. Normal na nagdi-divide tayo ng number. Okay, how do we do that? Your 4, which is your numerator, becomes your dividend. So, nasa loob siya. And then, your 5, which is your divisor, or your denominator, becomes your divisor. So, magdi-divide lang daw tayo. Okay? You write here, 5. Now, let us divide. Para lang tayong normal na nagdi-divide ng whole numbers. However, this one, since we are changing fraction to decimal, therefore, dapat magka-come up tayo sa decimal number. Okay? So, how do we do that? Siyempre, mag-divide na tayo. What is 4 divided by 5? May makukuha ba tayong 5 sa 4? Wala, di ba? Kung meron ka 4 na piso, mahahati mo ba yun sa 5 tao? Hindi, di ba? So, therefore, we write above 0. Nakuha nyo? And then, after that, yung 0 ay ita-times natin yun kay 5 pabalik. Okay? 0 times 5. What is the answer? Without using calculator, of course. That is 0. Remember? 0 property. Okay? Any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So, what we do next is that we're going to subtract. What is 4 minus 0? Right, the answer is 4. Now, hindi ka pa matatapos. Wala ditong tinatawag na remainder ha. Walang remainder. Kapag nag-e-express tayo or kinu-convert natin or chine-change natin yung fraction into decimal number, walang remainder dito. Tuloy tayo. And how do we do that? We all know that all numbers, okay, lahat ng numbers na 4, 7, 10, 21. Di ba wala kayong nakikitang decimal point doon? But there is. All whole numbers has an invisible decimal point right after the last digit. Lahat ng yan meron. Okay? Even 100. Not unless makita mo talaga yung decimal point like 21.7. Iyan, kita mo talaga yung decimal point between 1 and 7. Now, in this case, we have here 4 and we all know that 4 here is a whole number at ang 4 na yan ay merong decimal point. So, we have here a decimal point. Let's place a decimal point there. We have to place a decimal point kasi nga, i-continue natin yung pagsagot kasi nga wala ditong remainder. Now, after you place a decimal point right after the digit 4, you have to copy the decimal point above, okay? Right after the 0, right? And then extend your division symbol. You have to extend that. And then, what you're going to do, after placing a decimal point, you have to place another digit which is 0. Eh ma'am, bakit ba tayo naglagay ng 0? Ganito kasi yon class. If I have 4, 4 is just the same as writing as 4.0. They're just the same. Even if you try to put it in calculator, yung 4 at saka 4.0, parehas lang yun sila. Even if I still add 0 there, 4.00000 is just the same as 4. Nakuha nyo? So that is why all whole numbers has an invisible decimal point. Okay? So, naglagay tayo ng 0 doon. Why is it necessary? Kasi kinakailangan yon. Nilagay mo yon para meron kang maibaba. Okay? Mai-bring down. You have to bring down 0. So, therefore, magkakaroon ako dito ngayon ng 40. And then, yung 40 ngayon, what you're going to do next is to divide it back again. Going up, magdi-divide ka. 40 divided by 5. Anong sagot natin? Correct. The answer is 8. Okay? And then, pag nasulat mo na yon, babalik ka na naman ulit pa ilalim. Yung 8 ay ita-times mo kay 5. Alright? 8 times 5, that is equal to what? Correct. That is equal to 40. And then after that, what you're going to do next is, oh wait, may I erase this one for you? Okay, let's erase that. Okay, in-erase ko lang. And then, what we're going to do is, ano na? Yung ating 8 times 5, ang sagot natin ay 40. What you're going to do next is to subtract. Okay? Subtract. 40 minus 40, what's the answer? Okay, just a reminder to everyone, back when you were in elementary, I don't know some schools, pero kasi ako, when I was in elementary, we were used to writing, instead of 0, ang nilalagay, ang turo sa amin noon ay, we write X, which is mathematically wrong, okay? Hindi tayo dapat naglalagay ng X. Ano ba talaga ang tamang sagot sa 40 minus 40. So, we do not write x, ha? 40 minus 40 is equal to what? 0. That's right. So, therefore, when we change or express 4 out of 5 into decimal form, the answer must be 0.8. That is the final answer. Okay, so writing it in the proper way, what we are going to have will be, this is equal to 0.8. That's the final answer. Okay? Let us now change decimal to fraction. How do we change or express rational numbers from decimal to fraction? This is what we do. Okay? Meron tayo dito ngayong 0.8 and 0.8 is in a is in a decimal form. So, how are we going to change this into fraction wherein dapat meron daw tayong numerator at meron tayong denominator. So, how are we going to find that? Okay, so ganito yon. Dapat alam nyo yung place value ng bawat digit right after the decimal point. So, if I have, let's say, 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, alam dapat ninyo na yung 1 dito, ang place value niya ay tenths. Okay? Tenths with THS. Yung 2 natin dito, that is hundredths with THS. Hundredths. And the next one is thousandths. Okay? Yan, dapat alam talaga ninyo yan. Kasi kung hindi ninyo to alam, mahihirapan tayong mag-convert or mag-express from decimal to fraction. Okay? Wala yung ones ha, kasi yung ones, doon yun sa whole number. Dito yon, dito yon. Parang, etong nasa right side ng decimal point, diba? Ito yung point natin, decimal point. Okay? Kung yan yung decimal point natin, nasa right side tayo, puro with THS yon. Ibig sabihin, out of. Okay? Out of. Yung nandun sa kaliwa ng mga whole numbers, nasa kaliwa, mga whole numbers yon, ang place value talaga doon ay ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, yun. Pag dito sa kanan, with THS, parang ganun lang din, pero hindi nagsisimula sa ones. Tenths. Right after the decimal point, okay, right after the decimal point is 1. This one is tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, okay, with THS. Now, ano ang kinalaman nitong mga to sa pag-convert natin or pag-express natin or pag-change natin from decimal to fraction? Anong kinalaman nun? Okay, ang kinalaman nun kasi yung tens na yan ay nangangahulugan na ang denominator ay 10. Yung hundreds na yan, ang denominator or yung nasa ilalim ay 100. Yung thousands na yan ay nangangahulugan na ang denominator or yung nasa ilalim ay 1,000. So, if we're going to try to change 0.8 into a fraction form, therefore, what we are going to have is just to simply copy 8, copy the digit 8. Okay, you just copy the digit 8. That will become your numerator 8 out of, kasi di ba change natin into fraction form? So, kung change natin into fraction form, dapat may numerator at saka dapat may denominator. Now, what will be your denominator? Your denominator will be the number 10 sa ilalim. Okay? The number 10 sa ilalim. Bakit 10? Kasi, yung 8 na to, ang place value niya ay tenths. So, kasi ang tamang pagbasa talaga natin dapat nito, class, okay? I'm sure, naituro na dapat yun sa inyo, ay 8 tenths. That is the correct way of reading 0.8. 8 tenths. So, therefore, if we write 0.8 into fraction form, this is how you write it. 8 tenths. Okay? So, ayan na. Naka-fraction form ka na. Yun na yun. Kaya lang, yung sagot mo na 8 out of 10 or 8 tenths is not yet final. Why is it not yet final? It's because, as you can see, 8 here and 10 here can be still simplified. What does it mean by simplified? You can still get the lowest fraction form of 8 out of 10. And how do we get the lowest fraction form? Okay, or the lowest form. How do we get that? You just have to think a number that can be divided to 8 and 10. Okay, parang mag-iisip ka ng numero na pwede pang ma-divide sa 8 at saka sa 10. Ano bang number yon? Correct. Okay, 2. So, 8 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2. Okay? Then this is equal to, syempre, what is 8 divided by 2? That is 4. Out of, what is 10 divided by 2? That is 5. Now, you will see here that you have 4 out of 5. Kung mapapansin mo, wala ka ng number na pwedeng ma-divide sa 4 out of 5. Okay? Wala nang number na divisible sa 4 at saka sa 5. Therefore, this is already the fraction form of 0.8. Okay? Class, as much as possible, dapat kinakailangan kapag ka nag-express kayo from decimal to fraction, like this example, dapat ang final answer nyo ay lagi dapat naka-lowest term. Kung hindi pa naka-lowest term, please do watch the upcoming video on how to simplify fractions. Okay? That will be all. I hope you learned a lot in this video. See you in the next one.